Let's talk about what's going on in Afghanistan, and let's talk about chaos and demoralization, because that is what this is all about. At the end of the day, Yuri Bezimov said that the first stage to destroying a country, to destroying a society, is demoralization. And I think that's where we're at with the West. Not only the United States, the West, maybe the Five Eyes, you can put that in there. But there's no doubt that we're seeing demoralization on a grand scale. And with it, we're seeing chaos. I guess the two kind of go hand in hand. But what we saw in Afghanistan was, in my opinion, deliberate. And I put a video on our locals, the Duran.locals.com, of a Lara Logan interview on Tucker Carlson. It was the Tucker Carlson show, the daytime show that he has. And Laura lived in Afghanistan, and she describes the situation in Afghanistan and how it was all absolutely preventable. And if the United States, even now, if the United States wanted to fix the situation in Afghanistan, it has the power to do so. The United States, she said, could put pressure on Pakistan. It could provide a number of military options to sort the situation. It could put economic actions in place. She said it could do a number of things to fix the situation, even today. But she also made the point that the United States knew exactly what was happening, knew exactly what was going to happen, and allowed everything to happen, if not even nudged it along. Look, I'll put the video on the Duran.locals.com. Join us there, you'll see it. But the point of the matter is, the point that she was trying to make, and I think the point that we're seeing right now, is that all of this chaos, and it is going to lead to a lot of chaos, and it is leading to a lot of demoralization. I mean, why is Biden president? To demoralize. We're seeing it. We're seeing what a bad leader does to the morale of a country. And they knew this. I think they knew this. That's why Biden was so effective to the dismantling of the United States and of the West, to the first stage of Yuri Bezimov's thesis, which is the demoralization aspect of things. That's why it was so important to get Biden in there. He demoralizes. But look, I'm going to play a video montage as well. Jen Psaki telling the press that she can't provide guarantees to get Americans out. 10,000 Americans in Afghanistan, 80,000, they don't even know. I'll play a video of Jake Sullivan saying that Biden hasn't talked to any world leaders. Think about that. The President of the United States hasn't spoken to any world leaders, no allies as to what's going on. I'll play a video of Jake Sullivan again saying that, yeah, weapons have fallen into Taliban hands, and they don't know which weapons or how many weapons. Think about that. They have no idea which and what weapons have fallen into the Taliban hands. No one's talking about the fact that the Taliban, as they were running over the country, they opened up all the prisons of all the Al-Qaeda guys, all the jihadists. Think about that. No one's talking about that. I'll play a whole video montage, 3-4 videos. I'm not sure how many I'll put them in post, but I think everyone's going to get the idea that this is chaos, and this is deliberate chaos, and this is demoralizing. And I think that's the point of all of this. Where it's going to lead and what's going to happen, I don't know. I just can't make that prediction. But I can predict chaos. I can predict more demoralization. And I think that's part of the plan. Fixing Afghanistan, solving Afghanistan for the United States. I'm not saying the country's problems, but for the situation right now for the United States could have been solved if they wanted to solve it. But they don't. They don't want to solve it. They're not going to solve it. And everything that's led up to the events where we are today seems like it was deliberately engineered chaos. You know, July 2nd, they abandoned the Bagram airfield. Think about that. Why would a military, if they're evacuating a country, abandon an airfield overnight without even warning anybody? Why would they do that? Does that make any sense to anybody? These military guys know what's going on. They know how to evacuate countries. I mean, come on, man. That's why this whole thing is laughable. You're telling me Lloyd Austin and Jake Sullivan and Jen Psaki couldn't answer these questions about weapons and who has the weapons and in whose hands they've fallen into, and whether the U.S. is going to provide guarantees to Americans? Are you going to evacuate 10,000 Americans? The normal answer should be yes. I mean, wouldn't that be the answer of a normal government official? Yes, we are. Why would she come up with that mealy-mouthed, wish-washy answer? Chaos, demoralization. All right, everybody. theduran.locals.com, and check out this video montage and the Duran shop, 10% off. Use the code REALNEWS. Take care from Athens, Greece.
What happens to the billions of dollars worth of weaponry that the U.S. gave Afghanistan? Does the U.S. have a plan for that, or does it remain in the Taliban hands?
We don't have a complete picture, obviously, of where every article of defense materials has gone, but certainly a fair amount of it has fallen into the hands of the Taliban. And obviously, we don't have a sense that they are going to readily hand it over to us at the airport.
Jake?
Yes.
Jake, two questions for you. One, has the president spoken to any other world leaders since Kabul fell to the Taliban?
Sorry, I was looking at the wrong person. He has not yet spoken with any other world leaders. Myself, Secretary Blinken, several other senior members of the team have been engaged on a regular basis with foreign counterparts, and we intend to do so in the coming days. Right now, the main issue is an operational issue. It's about how we coordinate with them to help them get their people out.
Just one more. I know we all tried to ask Jake this question, but can you offer any guarantee to the Americans and Afghan allies that if they remain there past the end of the month, U.S. troops will help them evacuate past the end of the month?
Leisha, our focus right now is on doing the work at hand and on the task at hand. And that is day by day, getting as many American citizens, as many SIV applicants, as many members of a vulnerable population who are eligible to be evacuated to the airport and out on planes. And we're going to do that in an expeditious fashion. That is the focus of the President, of our Secretary of Defense, of our Secretary of State, and everybody on our national security team. So that is where we will keep our efforts. Go ahead.
General Taylor.
Okay.
General, has the U.S. military conducted any airstrikes today or in the last 24 hours or so? And also, there have been some reports of Afghan pilots flying their aircraft into other countries. Is that happening? And is the U.S. taking any other sort of steps to prevent aircraft or other military equipment from falling into the hands of the Taliban?
Yeah. First, on the first question on the strikes. No strikes have been conducted in the last 24 hours, but the commander on the ground continues to maintain that capability if required to do so. The commander has the assets that are available there at HKI and in support from other areas of the region. I don't have information on your second part of the question, but we'll get back to that.
So there's no U.S. actions being taken to prevent equipment from falling into the hands of the Taliban by destroying it or anything else?
I don't have that answer to that question.
You don't have the answer?
General.